Hey Ravens, Kurisu here with a heartfelt welcome to fledgling Ravens just starting your adventure on Rubicon. Or maybe you're considering whether you want to spend your hard-earned credits on From Software's much-awaited return to the Armored Core franchise. In this video, I'll be sharing my impressions from when I started the game when it first came out up until now. And I also want to be completely transparent. I've been playing the Armored Core series from the very beginning, when I discovered this gem of a franchise tucked away on a PlayStation Underground magazine demo disc in the 90s. No worries if those words don't mean anything to you. Needless to say, I'm a huge fan of Armored Core, but I also realized this game isn't for everyone. So my goal in this video is to give you an honest opinion and some things to consider when you're trying to decide if Armored Core 6 is right for you. The first thing I want to talk about is the difficulty. If you're familiar with From's other titles like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, you know that From literally created and defined a genre of brutally challenging action games. But did you know these aren't the only games with high difficulty curves? Even from the very beginning, Armored Core has been known for its difficulty, and Armored Core 6 is no different. The game is constantly pushing your abilities and forcing you into unfair situations with little hope of victory unless you adapt. However, the game also does a good job of introducing tips and parts to help pilots overcome these challenges. This game also doesn't punish you for failing a mission, unlike previous installments. So don't worry if you crash and burn. It really doesn't cost you anything in the game. Additionally, Armored Core 6 is much more accessible from a control standpoint over previous entries, with more intuitive button mappings and a target assist feature that makes focusing on single targets much easier. At this point in the game's lifespan, there have also been a number of patches and updates which have toned down the difficulty for some boss fights. When the game first came out, it made a number of headlines and memes with how crazy difficult even just the first mission is. While this makes the game more accessible to new players, once you get your piloting wings under you, you'll likely be wishing for a greater challenge. So, for pilots wanting to challenge themselves against live opponents, Armored Core 6 does provide online PvP with ranked and unranked matchmaking systems. While I love playing online, I'll also be the first to admit that online matches are not very friendly to players that are new to the game and working on their AC piloting skills. However, there are pockets of the community that do cater to newer players, so if you're interested in learning and getting better, look out for these communities and reach out. You'll likely find a kind-hearted veteran to mentor you. Ranked matches can be especially brutal, with clearly established meta builds and a few bug exploitations being prevalent. Success in these more competitive matches, especially at higher ranks, is found by developing strong piloting skills and a keen understanding of AC design and counterplay. But if you thrive on a challenge, this is a great way to hone your abilities and provides countless hours of replay. Speaking of replay value, I would argue that Armored Core 6 provides ample amounts of replayability with its range of available parts, build styles, and customization options. I can and have literally spent hours just designing and customizing my AC with parts, paints, and decals. On top of that, the game provides 3 different playthroughs and branching missions that take you deeper into the lore and present interesting twists and surprises. You're definitely not finished even after you beat the game once or twice. The game essentially starts at the beginning when you beat the last boss, but with all of your collected parts and credits intact. This endless gameplay loop lets you start the game again with more parts and resources and make subsequent playthroughs easier. However, some of the new missions introduced in the New Game and New Game Plus are still challenging even with this advantage. Even today, a year in and well over 1,200 hours of game time, I still enjoy playing through these missions with new builds and strategies. Armored Core 6 also has plenty of secrets and achievements to collect, including parts and story lore, which means more game time for you. Now I'd like to offer up some tips on enjoying Armored Core 6 to its fullest. First, be patient. Armored Core 6 can be punishing, and you're likely still adapting to the control scheme and resource management required to pilot your AC. Take your time and be observant. If you're constantly getting crushed in a mission or online match, take a moment to analyze why. This is one of the most fun aspects of Armored Core. These challenges can always be overcome through garage choices, piloting techniques, or both. Second, learn the stats and relationship between parts. It's actually really easy to build an ineffective AC in any Armored Core game. You need to balance a variety of stats to create a viable mech. Some important things to keep track of in this generation are your attitude stability, energy load, and energy output. You'll also want to make sure to choose the right targeting computer for your weapon loadout. Yes, things like armor points and defensive stats are important, but if your AC isn't stable and lacks the energy to move well, you will be punished for it one way or the other. Third, Learn the assault boost and quick boosting movements and use them often. Armored Core 6 provides exciting mech combat in 3 dimensions, and movement is a huge part of staying alive. Assault boosting provides an efficient way for your AC to cover ground quickly and provides tactical and strategic offensive and defensive benefits. In past games, this type of movement was punished by heat generation, but in AC6 this isn't a factor, so make sure to add assault boosting and assault boosting combat techniques into your piloting repertoire. And thankfully there are plenty of YouTube videos out there to help you with this. Quick boosting is essentially your quick dodge maneuver, essential for surviving in any Souls-like game. While this doesn't provide invulnerability frames like those games, it is a critical survival tool for dodging attacks that could otherwise do lethal damage to your AC. You'll need to master quick boosting to get through certain boss encounters, so spend some time on learning how to dodge effectively. The fourth tip is to take your time, tinker, and most importantly, have fun building and customizing your AC. Immerse yourself in the dark and interesting world of Rubicon, and tell your own story through the choices and builds that you make. I hope this video has given you some insights on whether Armored Core 6 is a game you'll love or hate, but I hope you love it even half as much as I do. Let me know if you're a new player and this video helped you in the comments section. Or if you have any questions on piloting your AC or want to learn more about how to build an AC, I want to hear it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe out there on Rubicon, Ravens. I'll catch you next time.